Hey, what's up everybody? So I figured I'd make a quick video to give you guys another short update on my 2021 Campagna T-Rex. So unfortunately not very good news. Had a catastrophic failure on this thing that I'm just very fortunate I'm not injured or killed from. So last Saturday I was driving, I just got this thing tuned by Ivan, which I'll talk about in another video. Because the tune is incredible tune, really transformed this thing even more. But we'll talk about that in another video. But what happened was I was going through an intersection, everything was fine and dandy, pushed my brake pedal down, four-way stop sign, and the pedal went right to the ground, man. I mean, there was no pedal. It was, one of the most scary feelings ever, because you're going through a four-way stop sign with this thing, and if there's a car coming, you're gonna get run over. Anyways, I was very fortunate. I did not get run over. I was only about a mile from my house. I was able to get this thing back home with hardly any brakes. The last like half inch of pedal gave me a little bit of braking. Initially, I'd thought I lost a line where I just lost brake pressure, like a brake line busted, and I had no brake pressure. Once I got home and parked it, I pulled my emergency brake and there was no emergency brake. So I knew something was just way off. So I got out, started inspecting everything, looked at, near the pedals where all the brake fluids and stuff are. Everything was full. Then I went around the back of the bike, and I'm going to show you guys a picture here in this video. But literally my caliper was hanging off my rotor. And I was really in a state of shock. Like, how the heck did that thing fall off? And it was just laying on top of my rim, connected to the brake line still. And the caliper had pushed the piston out of the brake, and I even lost a brake pad. So I only had one brake pad. The piston was all the way out, which you're gonna see in the picture. And I went back with my wife to where I initially lost my brakes, and I'm gonna put a video of that in here as well. I found my other brake pad. Mike, I came back to see right where I lost my brakes. Found my other brake pad, buddy. It's on the side of the road. So came home, just shaken up, trying to think about what could have happened to have caused this issue. Because it's a real confidence killer to be driving around something like this and lose the brakes and not really know what happened. And I went back to the day I bought this thing, and I looked at pictures of it on the dealer website, and I zoomed in, and there's two bolts holding the caliper on the rotor, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys pictures of that as well. Well, the rear bolt was out about an inch. So it either wasn't put in all the way, or it was put in and started coming out from the factory. So I think what happened was I started looking at other pictures, and I'd been driving this thing around with only one bolt holding the caliper onto the rotor. So that rear bolt was sticking out when I initially bought this, about an inch, which you'll see in the picture. And then I think it fell off as I rode, and then it was only being held by one bolt. And what happened was that one bolt snapped at the head, and that's what caused this thing to fall off the rotor, the caliper to fall off the rotor. So this is obviously just a crazy issue. My final thoughts are this. Campagna has to do a much better job with PDIs and stuff like that. You got to really inspect these things before you send them to the dealers. Again, the customer service was excellent. They overnighted parts, fixed everything really quickly. But you get to a point where when the safety is questioned, those things don't matter as much. So again, I think this is a major thing. I think that Campagna, maybe needs to have all of these things inspected to make sure that those caliper bolts are where they should be. And the sad part is I posted on the T-Rex Facebook page about this, And it sounds like a lot of people are having a lot of little issues with these 2021s. So I'm not sure what happened between the bankruptcy and now, because I know they went bankrupt a couple years ago after I bought my first one. But, maybe they got a new team of gringos building these things, and, they don't know how to do, what the old crew did. So I think, it's a matter of training, pre-delivery inspection, and for the amount of money these things cost, you got to have them right. And again, I'm a business owner and I understand that these are low production, low volume, but the customer shouldn't be the one figuring all these things out for you guys. So again, I wanted to talk about this. I'm going to show you guys pictures and videos. I have gotten this thing tuned by Ivan, and the tune is incredible, but I'm going to save that video for the next one, and I can explain the tuning because I really wanted to talk to you guys about this catastrophic failure. So again, I'll put some pictures and videos of what happened to me, and feel free to comment or ask questions below.